Sunday morning, I'm feeding my last load of feed off. Usually I don't feed on Sunday mornings, but my brother usually feeds. He went on a cruise. He'll be back here in a couple days. I get these mixer wagon tractors set up in the shop. The guys are gonna change the oil and service the mixers on these. Run over and check the corn where we have yet to combine, see if enough of the snow is off the corn to warrant us getting in there and trying to combine something. Might be a little hard to get around with the grain buggies once you drive over the snow. It turns it into ice. Tractor's rattling and vibrating because I've got tire chains on. We had to put them on the other day. We got about 8 inches of snow here Thursday night into Friday, and we cannot get around without having tire chains on. It's just a real pain. This last snow that we got was a real pain in the ass. It was wet, heavy stuff. Of course, the driveways were all soft. We didn't dare go down too far with a snowplow blade, which we use a silage blade on the tractors. And now we've got slush that is frozen overnight that we're trying to drive over and drive onto. So we're scraping that in the driveways here this morning to get that picked up. It's just a real pain. So we just have to deal with it. So we'll see how the day progresses here, if we get into combining any corn or not. We might move equipment to where we're going to combine. I'm not too excited about that because right now I've got the combine inside and snow gets up on the tarp and it creates a real pain as far as running the risk of dropping that tarp into the bin. We like having the tarp on there just to keep the weather out of the innards of the combine. So we'll see how things progress here. Well, it's late Sunday morning here now, and I got the combine all ready to go, and I was planning on going and checking on these cornfields, and it started snowing, so I figured that was out of the picture for today. But I'm gonna actually look at these cornfields anyways. I do have my drone with me. As you can see, the snow is sticking to the trees pretty good, so it's sticking to the corn too, no doubt. So we ain't gonna be able to combine today, but we're gonna check on this corn anyways. There's a good fair share of it that's off the road quite a bit, and we'll throw the drone up in the air and take a look, see at this corn and make sure it's all standing everywhere, and just kind of see how things go here. So we're about halfway to the fields now, and once I get there I'll throw the drone up in the air and we'll see what things look like. This piece here, this piece of corn, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of in 5 different pieces. I mean this, I'm calling this 2 pieces here, where it jumps across this hedgerow here. There's 1, 2, and then I've got another piece down at the end of this one on the other side of an open ditch, and we're kind of make this quick because I don't want to take up a lot of time on this video here, but the corn's still standing pretty good anyways. It's got some voids here and there. So this, I'm calling this the second piece. That one's the third one there. and I've got the fourth one here, and then we're just going to jump up above these power lines here. Fifth one is right there. Yeah, we got a wet hole out in the middle of that one. It looks like we're all standing here pretty good. So we're not hurting there. The only problem with this stretch of ground here, and we're going to fly, I'm sitting in my pickup over by this water tower. There's a cell tower up in here, and I gotta make sure I get above it, and it's a little foggy up in here. There's a cell tower right there. Got some interference in my compass off of that. I don't know why. But this is the laneway that gets up into here. You got to climb a pretty good sized hill to get up in here off Ike Dixon Road, and it comes kind of up through the little bit of the woods here. It's a good gravel driveway, but you know, it hasn't been plowed. I made it up through here on my pickup, but here's the trail that goes kind of behind this one house and cuts up over the hill here. It comes off Ike Dixon Road. I don't need to fly all the way down in here, but comes off Ike Dixon Road right here, and we'll just back up, turn around, and get you a look at things here as if you were going to drive right from the road up into here. But with this snow, this is going to be kind of tough getting trucks up into here. There's the driveway off the side of the road. It's the access road for the cell tower and this water tower up in here. It circles around, comes up through the trees here. Comes up top, and then, you know, we're into the cornfields up here. So, but the corn's standing pretty good still, so it'd be kind of nice if this snow would just kind of melt. But I don't know as if that's going to happen anytime soon. I thought sure we were going to be able to get in here this week anyways. I didn't know if maybe today we could have got some shelled off in here, but that didn't happen. So, well, we're going to land this thing and we're going to fly over to a couple other pieces that we have over in this area here. So, this is the access road down off of Ike Dixon Road here. This is going to be a no-go until this snow is off of here. Even if we trailered everything down with the grain buggy, this would get slippery. You know, it's just steep enough of a hill that this would just be just a ass ache. You know, we could leave the trucks on the side of the road and bring the grain buggy down and dump on the side of the road, but it's just not going to be feasible to get down out of there. Yeah. Alright, here's another stretch of ground that we have. We got quite a bit of ground in this one area here, and kind of an image we got, but it's snowing. I probably shouldn't even be up in the air with the drone here, but I made it a point to come over and check this corn to see if we could combine, and as soon as I left the house it was snowing already, and I knew I couldn't combine, but I want to at least come over and check this ground. But at least this corn is all still standing here. We've got, now there's quite a few acres in these two fields here, and then we've got a bunch of small fields peppered all across this. I think there's 20 some 20-some fields over in this area here, and I don't know what's going on to my image. I'm going to have to change that image a little bit. Oh, I got to adjust this a little better than that. Well, I guess that ain't too bad right there. But you got this field here, and then that field there. That's the big field that we flew over. There's another one that's adjoining it. Looks like I got some row trouble there. What the heck? Either I got a wide guess row right there, or I've got a row missing. But there's little fields peppered all through here. Over the top of the woods here, you can see there's one there, one there. They're just going to fly up high. I don't have to fly over to every single one of them. Let's see, there's that one. And on the other side of this woods here, there's a bunch more. Yeah, I guess that ain't bad. We got, have the greatest image because of the snow. It's kind of got everything gray. But there's a little tiny piece there. There's one there. One over into here. That's as far as these ones go on this side here. Now we're going to start circling back around. Let's see, we got hay fields on the other side of this stretch of woods here, so this is going to just about run the whole circumference of this area here. And we've got hay down in there. And we've got weak image. So that's the furthest to the east. We were to the furthest to the north when we started. Now we're kind of circling back. This is going to be the furthest to the south of this one farm. I think my lens has just got a ton of snow on it. It's actually starting to image out a little better. Well, we'll get it flown back to the truck here, but I can't remember how many pieces there are here, but that'll give you an idea of what we have left over here. We got sprayer tracks there. But here's a good example of that climate field view. We use that quite a bit, and I can remember when I planted this field over here to the left. There's a spot in the hedgerow. Get down low enough here. Maybe we can see where it jumps through the hedge. Yeah, there we go, right there. There's a spot in the hedgerow right there where we go to get into that field. Now, I came over here one morning real early. Jared fed cows for me, and I had planted that far field right over there. There's another spot in the hedgerow too of that next field. Now you have to go from one to the other and so on. But I knew where the driveways were. They were staggered halfway up across the field and 2/3 of the way and whatever, but I could not tell where I was in orientation to, how far up the field I was. So I actually, by using the Google image map, I could actually tell, where I was, and you could kind of see a clearing in the hedgerow, but this just gives you an idea of, get this camera, we've got from right there all through these fields way over to it. It's somewhat foggy, so you're not going to be able to see it too well. But I'm sitting at a pickup right here. This is where the C5 broke down. Right here, so I'm in a pretty good driveway. It actually just flew the drone over the top of me here. I'm going to turn it around and get it to come back. So, well, we'll head off to the other one after here. So, alright, this ground here is kind of in the same area as them other two pieces were. This area here is probably going to be the easiest one to harvest. We could park the trucks right on the side of the road and shuttle the grain buggies to them and move right along in here. This corn's standing exceptionally well too. There's right around 40 acres in here too. This is broke up in 3 different fields here. I gotta jump across this hedgerow. I want to check this other field out. This other field here can lay kind of wet on this one side, and I'm kind of wondering how well it did. Get up over the top of this tree. Kind of wondering how well it did back in here, but it did pretty good. I was able to plant all of this year, but last year I wasn't able to get all the way across this. I had some spots right in here where we're flying over that was too wet to even plant last year, but we had a different year this year. Now all we got to do is just get this harvested off here. So, but I'm gonna drop down, take a little bit of a better look at this. At least it's still standing, I guess. Down like this. Yeah, we're still standing here pretty good. So, kind of a combine operator view here. So, yeah, we're standing pretty good anyway. So, if this wasn't snowing, this would be the piece to come to. We could get it in and out of here rather easy. The other piece, where all the multiple pieces are, that ain't bad there. We can get in and out of that area decently. We can kind of park the trucks here and there. Got a lot of shuttling to do over there, however. Now we got to do something with this island here. We got to get it out of here. It is kind of wet right in here. I've got a weak image. Watch what I'm doing here. Picked up some. Didn't like that. I'm going too fast, and the snow is kind of screwing up the. But well, we'll get back to the truck. This is the second piece. The first piece we flew over already. There's the camera, just got fogged. Obstacles from the snow getting at it, and then there the rest of the camera lens just got fogged up here, so the third piece is over behind the house and the barn, which is right there. Alright, we have Jared and Alex Kerr spreading box stall manure. These spreaders we just bought a couple, 3 weeks ago. This one's a Knight 124, which replaced the 8124. They're both spreading pen pack. This one's hooked to a 4450. This spreader holds 2,400 gallons. We had a 8124 that we replaced this 124 with it. This is Kuhn's new and improved design of the Knight Slinger spreader. The chain configuration and drive is a little different on this one here, and it doesn't do quite as good of a job at spreading pen pack as does this vertical beater spreader that Jared's using here. I forget what the heck the model is of this spreader, but this is a Hydra Push Kuhn Knight vertical beater spreader. We're running it with a 8110. This has got the vertical beaters on it. We had bought a vertical beater Meyer spreader, Meyer 9500, and or 7500, and the demo was pretty good. I better get up a ways. I'm gonna get whacked with a rock or something. The demo worked pretty good, but the let's see, this is doing a pretty good job. The demo, the Meyer 7500, worked pretty good, but then we've got, using it more and more, and it just wasn't worth it to keep it around. So we traded an 8118 spreader. Actually, we had an 8118 that we traded in on this spreader here, and the Meyer we traded in on the 124 spreader. The 124 spreader, we traded the Meyer in on it. Now we'll just go over here and watch this Slinger spreader. Now this Slinger's got quite a long throw to it. Of course, he's getting empty there, so just look down on him like that. He's just about empty. The bigger the Slinger, the better they do for bedded pen pack manure. You see, he's almost empty there. So yeah, I'll call Jared and see